Welcome back, Sips of Success podcast. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin. How you doing today?
What is up? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
What are we sipping on?
We are sipping on. It's like makeshift. So it's grapefruit ginger beer and agave syrup.
It looks yummy.
Yeah, it's pretty
Cheers.
refreshing. Cheers.
That's good.
Yeah, that's it.
Really good. Would be great with vodka too, but here
you
we
can't
are.
have any.
Okay, this or that. Would you rather? Okay, let me start over. This or that. One's gotta go.
One's gotta go.
One's gotta go.
Okay.
Would you rather keep Amazon or Target? I actually saw this on one of our friends' Instagram stories, and I was like, oh, I'm stealing that for this or that.
Dang, that's low-key kind of steep.
It's very steep.
Amazon or Target?
Because if you really think about it, Amazon is really convenient for the selection is just outrageous.
It's endless.
Yeah, like you can literally find anything on Amazon. But Target also has everything, and you can just go buy it. Like, which convenience is more convenient? 2-day shipping or like being able to go to the store?
You know what? I'm going to keep Target.
You're keeping Target.
I'm going to keep Target.
Why?
Because we didn't have Amazon our entire lives. Like, I feel like it would be easy to kind of go backwards. I feel like it might be a slight struggle, but Target has always been like a good go-to. You can find typically what you need. I feel like Amazon makes you waste money sometimes in general anyway. So
that's a good way to think of it.
I'm going with Target.
That's
Don't
a
switch
good way to put
was
it.
your answer different? Yeah.
We finally have a different answer. Okay, so I would pick Amazon just because I feel like there are way more options. Like the options are just incomparable to Target. However, I love Target because of the experience that it brings. Like Target, the air is fresher. It just brings you joy. And I feel like you waste a lot of money in Target too. Like you go into Target buying one thing.
I specifically do not waste any money in Target.
Okay, well I do, and I'm sure many other women
I guess
do.
you wasting money either way it goes.
Yeah, like I won't say wasting, but you end up buying more than what you intend. Yeah. So I can count on a few fingers how many times I've gone to Target and just absolutely not bought anything that I didn't go in there for. So I would say Amazon.
You're keeping Amazon.
Yeah, I would keep Amazon just because the selection is so wide and you can literally find anything on Amazon.
We have a difference, guys.
So let us know. That was a good one. Let us know which one you would get rid of or which one you would keep, whichever you decide.
Dang, okay. That's crazy. Okay.
Well, anyway, what are we talking about today?
We know the gender of our baby.
We know the gender of our baby.
And as of today.
And so does our family and like close people.
As of today, the gender reveal video is out on Erin's channel.
You have to go watch.
So
it's so good. So let's first talk about how we did the reveal for ourselves. And
do you want to reveal the gender? It's already revealed, I guess.
I think we can talk about what gender is.
Okay, go ahead. Have at it.
You want to say it now or at the end or like later on?
I mean, they already know if they've seen the vlog.
But what if they haven't seen the vlog?
Okay, well, I guess you're going to wait.
If you haven't seen the vlog, I would say pause this and go watch the vlog on my channel. Then come back and watch the rest of the podcast or listen to the rest of the podcast. Because the gender reveal was so much fun. And we are having I'm surprised you don't have your hat.
Oh, it's downstairs.
Well, we're having a baby girl. So we're really excited, and we did the gender reveal for ourselves a few months ago, actually, in February. And then we just this past weekend had a reveal with our family, and everyone was so excited. So
they couldn't wait.
Yeah, they couldn't wait. So first of all, let's share when we found out. Okay, so we went to the doctor for my 12-week appointment. And
was that February 4th?
It was sometime in February, child. I don't remember. But
or the 6th, something like that.
it was something like that.
Yeah.
And then we were scheduled to go in for a lab test, like for blood work, so that we could just, it's called an NIPT test, but it's basically like a non-invasive test to check the baby's, like just different genes, and then to check my genes and to just make sure everything was fine, basically. So we go to the doctor the next day for the lab, like to get the blood work. And the doctor's office, like the system was down.
Yeah, something happened with the system to where it was down. So we had to.
So
we couldn't get it that
day. So our families all knew that we were supposed to get it that day. And they were like,
are you going to tell us? Did
yeah,
you get
like,
it?
Did you get it? Like, how did the test go? Now, mind you, with the test, it takes a few days for the results to come back, like a week.
It was about a week, yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, no, the system was down. And so we're just going to wait. Like, there's no point in us getting the test because, we will have to wait until our next appointment, which would be 16 weeks.
Which
and
is
then
too close to week 20.
By
which
the
is
time,
when you find out anyway.
Week 19 was when we technically found out.
Yeah.
So...
Not technically, but we told them we were finding out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we just kind of wanted to keep it under wraps for a little bit because we were also simultaneously getting our basement finished. So we were hoping that the basement would be done so we could have the gender reveal like in our basement, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, the basement is still under construction.
So we just told them, like, we won't know until week 20, like, whatever.
Right.
So everyone kind of got off of our backs. And it was honestly the perfect excuse.
I felt like if I didn't tell you, though, they would have still been on our backs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to tell Aaron that, kind of think before you speak. Not saying that she always speaks out of context, but for certain things, sometimes out of happiness, you can kind of share, and you're not exactly ready to actually share with everyone else.
Exactly.
So it's easy to, I guess, jump the gun. And I was like, look, this is perfect opportunity to say, which the system going down, that was great. Because that was perfect for me to be like, hey, you don't have to say anything else to anyone right now. Just the system is down today. We didn't get the results.
Yeah.
There's no lying in place.
Right.
We just didn't get the results.
That and people would be like, do you guys know the gender? And we just be like, we'll find out in a few
Well, I guess we were lying at that point.
Well, we technically knew, but we were getting the gender confirmed at the anatomy scan.
Week 19, yeah.
So anyway, we get the tests and I'm like, okay, I don't want to do the cake cutting. We get the results. I'm like, I don't want to do the glass in the cake or like, whatever. I don't know.
It's like that's the trend this year.
Didn't want to do anything that is super trendy. So I'm always trying to think of something different and creative. So we went to...
What's the baby store called?
Carter's.
Carter's, yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to kind of share what we did?
All right, so it was actually my her son's first birthday party. So we went to his birthday party, and then afterward, we went to Carter's. But before we went to Carter's, only one person knew before Aaron and I knew, which was my cousin Mike. He's my closest cousin, and we were like, after Sammy's party was done, we were like, hey, Mike, I need to see you at the car real quick right now. So he was even like,
what's happening?
What's going on? So he gets to the car. I'm like, hey, bro, we need you to look at the gender. We have the gender. We need you to look at the gender, and we need you to write it down. We can't see.
So he writes it down and folds it up real good on a piece of paper.
Tight. I'm talking about you can't even see through the copy paper. Actually, it was like a little...
It was a coloring sheet from the birthday party and a crayon he used to write.
He writes this down. He knows. When I look back, by the time we got to Carter's, I think I confirmed the gender to myself, even though
by his reaction.
Yeah. At first, I'm like, he didn't give me much reaction, but then I thought about how he reacts, and I was like, well, that confirms my own guess prior to,
which was
a girl.
Yeah.
So, it was just like crazy because for me, I knew that we were having a girl, I guess from the jump, but small. Aaron was all into like all these wives' tales. These what were all the things you were doing?
Well, most of them did come back girl. It was about 60-40.
But then it was stuff like, well, you're not having trouble in the first trimester. It was all these other things that says, well, boy.
Yeah.
Or like girls that we know have had babies, they were like, oh yeah, easy peasy. And relatively speaking, like her first trimester and even now,
it wasn't horrendous.
Like it wasn't like a horror story. So like, I'm like, okay, just maybe 1% or 2% of me can hold out, and if we have a boy, then I would have been.
He would have jumped out of his skin.
Yeah, I would have been shocked.
Yeah. So we get to Carter's. Yeah. And the way that I wanted to do it was we basically go into Carter's and pick out boy stuff and girl stuff.
We picked out 3 items for a girl and 3 items for a boy.
And we went to the register and purchased a gift card that would cover either amount. And so the cashier, we gave her the piece of paper, and she is who opened it up and looked in there. We left out of the store and like went into the car for a while, which was crazy. We literally saw a subscriber while we were waiting outside of Carter's.
Like it might have been 20 seconds.
This was before we even announced that we were expecting.
Yeah,
so
this was like 20 seconds into walking out of Carter's to wait. I'm like, oh, we can't stand out here.
Oh God. So so the lady is like, don't worry, I'll package it up. You won't be able to see anything. And so she looks at the paper and packages the stuff up. And we get home and we open the bag and we see Daddy's little princess dress and a cute little linen dress set thingy that we got and some pink socks that we put in there. And we were just like, oh my gosh. Like, it was the reality that it set in that, like, this is confirmed. We were actually having a girl.
I kind of, even when we were at the store, I feel like the fact that I saw that Daddy's little princess thing first, and as soon as we went to the girl side, that also was kind of like the indication. I'm like, you know what? I feel like that's why I didn't have like a huge reaction, because I had already, I'm like, it has to be a girl.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that it's not at this point.
And it's funny because I had a dream that I was having a girl, and I always felt like I was having a girl first. Like, I would have a girl first. But I was also hopeful that it would, like, that we would be having a boy because we both wanted a boy first.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was just like, well, you know, like, I'm just going to ride with it because I'm definitely more of the, and I don't want to make this sound like it's like optimist versus pessimist, because having either is like, we're extremely excited and we want one of each. It was just basically the preference of having the boy first. Yeah. So we want like a boy and a girl.
Hopefully, but now I will say my confidence went from like here to like right here. I'm like, woo.
I know.
It's kind of like, dang, because like obviously, I'm getting a girl and I want a girl. Yeah. But like, I feel like there's still nothing like, if you're a dad, most guys would say they want a boy. So
yeah,
I for sure want a boy.
Yeah, I want to experience the bond with both.
Yeah, it's like,
because it's just so different. I'm sure. Yeah. And I grew up in a house with just girls. It's just me and my sister.
And it's me and my sister.
And he has a sister, so it's like I've never really seen what, like, firsthand, like in my household, what like a mother's son or like a brother sister or like a, you know, like that different dynamic, because it was just me and my sister. So I think for that reason I was also hoping like, okay, it could be a boy. And I'm just more of the optimist, so I'm just gonna be like, yep, babe, I think it's a boy. Like,
I'm definitely not pessimistic. I'm just like super
he's more
realistic.
Of a realist. Yeah,
I'm realistic to my own life situations.
Yeah,
too. So,
and you feel like things just happen opposite of what
you
expect.
I wouldn't say it's completely opposite of what I expect, but it is opposite. And I say that because I can plan something out. Mm-hmm. And I'll have like this huge plan. Like, this is how it's gonna go. And it's not at all how it goes. Mm-hmm. But the result and the blessing at the end is much bigger than what I was even expecting the result to be in the first place. So that's kind of where
It's like the silver lining.
Yeah, it was just like, you know what? I know I'm having a girl, and this is just going to be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess that's how I looked at it. It's just, I don't know.
It's so
the best
funny,
way
though,
to describe it.
Because Cameron is the most protective person in the world. Like, he is just so protective of all the girls in his life. Like, he will literally kill someone for us. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I am not exaggerating. So when my dad, it was funny because we went out to eat with my parents. Like, I don't think we knew yet, but
What?
When we went to Ocean Prime for happy hour, and
What
my
did
dad was like, I don't think we knew the gender yet.
Did we?
And my dad was like, I don't think so. He was like, if it's a girl, Cameron is going to be,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He was like, he is going to be so protective of this little girl. And I'm just like, I can't wait. I think that's what I'm most excited about having a daughter is like seeing how you are with her, because I just feel like you're going to be, for one, extremely obsessed. I'm going to probably be kind of jealous because I already know she's probably going to be a daddy's girl, and like he's going to be so obsessed with her and she to him, and it's just going to be the cutest little thing, and they're going to have the best bond.
You're going to be hating.
And I'm going to be hating, but we're going to have our own little bond. But I just think it's just something special about a dad and a daughter relationship.
I think so too. I think that's that's something that I'm looking forward to the most, is kind of like you have your turn to be this parent you said you're going to be.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I think that with a daughter, I guess from my perspective, or even maybe some other male's perspective, that it's something so bizarre that you don't expect. And I would say from some guys I know that's only girl dads, I don't think they can picture themselves with a son.
Yeah.
Which I'm afraid of that.
Yeah.
I'm also afraid of that.
Straight mush.
Yeah, like, so
yeah.
I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I definitely got big plans for me and the baby girl.
Yeah.
You know,
it's gonna be so much fun.
Daddy-daughter dates, daddy-daughter mommy dates.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to all that.
We'll have so much fun. I think we should talk about how we did it with the family now.
Okay.
So, oh my God, excuse me, you guys. So in the vlog, we did a private reveal and a public reveal, and we kind of interwove them throughout the vlog. So it's one video, but you'll see both. It's both stories.
All one
unfold.
big vlog.
Yeah. And so that just happened this past weekend, and it was a lot of fun. So we just had it at our house. It was pretty chill. And I was like, okay, we should play a little game. Because, of course, I'm like, we got to do something different. And we're not big on, like, having confetti all over our backyard. Just, like,
I'm not into none of that.
Yeah.
Like, none of those balloon pops and...
Yeah, all of the...
I think the only thing I might have done is hit a golf ball, like an exploding golf ball.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Or maybe
But where would we have done that? We would have had to go to a big field.
But I'm saying I wouldn't want to do it just because I didn't want no pink all over the backyard. like that would have been a disaster to clean up.
Yeah. So we were like, let's do something that feels just more interactive and chill. Like
I feel like we did something it felt like us.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's get like pinkish stuff and then blue stuff for and put them in different bags. So we had 8 bags, and each one had either something pink or something blue in it. And we had a chalkboard to keep tabs on what, how many of each there was. So we passed out the 8 bags, and we had a number 9 box. Like we had a 9th thing to open, and we let our sisters open that. So we passed out the 8 bags, and then everyone in order opened their bag and held up what it was, and then we tallied off like how many. So it ended up being a tie, obviously, at the end of the 8th bag. So when we had the 9th box,
before we opened up, before we did the 9th box, me and Aaron were upstairs, and I was like, babe, we should act like we are having twins.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron was like, she low key wasn't on board.
Well,
she thought it was gonna be too much.
I was like, I don't know if we should do that, but no, it was fun though.
I think it was funny. In my mind, I'm like, this gonna catch them completely off guard. And then we can end it off with what the baby actually is. Yeah. But we had them all stuck. Mm-hmm. And we really like waited. Like the anticipation was crazy really at the ninth box because it was a pink and blue hat.
So the blue hat was on top. So they're thinking, like when the sisters pulled it out, at first they were like, oh, it's a boy. And then they were like, oh, shoot, it's another hat. So everyone was thinking that was going to be the tiebreaker in the box. But really it was just still a tie. Blue and pink. Yeah. So we each grab a hat, and everyone's like, wait, is it twins? Is it not? Like, what is it? Come on, you guys.
And they were like, twins? Twins? Yes, you kept hearing twins?
Oh, my gosh. It was so
it was
funny.
Crazy.
And then he swapped his hat for the pink hat.
The pink hat.
And it was just so funny because some of our family was just very passionate about knowing for sure that the baby was either a girl or a boy. Uncle Joe was the most passionate. I want to give credit to Uncle Joe, though, because he was the only one that... No, Uncle Joe and Aunt Karen, for real, they were always certain. They never switched up. They never said, like, oh, well, maybe. No, like, no one ever switched up. Yeah. And they stuck to not only what they wanted, but what they really thought. Yeah. Versus, like, a lot of people was like, this is what I want, but, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give them their shout out because they stuck to their guns. But he was very confidently wrong. Even at the end, he was like, he could not believe it. You'll see it in the vlog. Like, he was so confidently wrong. And it was so funny because we knew the whole time.
After February, we kept asking
once people. My bump started really showing, we knew that we were having a girl. So, because in the gender reveal, our personal reveal, my bump was like barely there. Small. It was so little. But yeah, it was just so funny because everyone just was so excited and we were so happy to have that moment with them. But we really didn't want to do a public reveal because we just wanted to have our own time to like process. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes you can have this pressure to react a certain way when you're around a bunch of people.
But also, I'm not a big reactor in general. Right. I think it has, like, I had to really be caught off guard to have this amazing looking reaction. So I also wanted, like, just us to do it just because Erin's not going to be like, wait, are you not happy? She knows that I'm happy. So I didn't want to be around and,
I don't think it would have been me who would have thought that. I think it would have been other people.
No, that's what I said. Oh, okay. I'm saying I wanted to do it that way because I'm not like a big reactor in general. Yeah. Like even if it was a boy, I still might have not.
You would have been like, "Let's go."
I would, like,
and then that would have been it.
Yeah, so I didn't want it to be.
I think you might have jumped up though if it was a boy, just because you would have been so surprised.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going based off of how I typically like react. Yeah. Like if it's a typical reaction. I might have gave my Tiger Woods pump or something like that, or you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad we didn't do it, and we found out with everyone else because. I agree.
And it made it more fun to know, and people didn't know, and people didn't know we knew. So then they were just like, "No, I think you're like." When we would go to family functions and stuff, they would just be so into guessing, and we would just be like, "Really? Yeah, sure, yeah, okay."
You'll see.
So it was just fun. And we're really just
your mom though, when she thought we found out, she was like, "Oh no, y'all must be having a boy." Yeah, because she was like, "Y'all acting too happy or something. Y'all acting different." And I'm like, "Girl, we done been new. We done been new for the last 7 weeks." That was the funniest one. Yeah. Like when she thought we found out,
oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. Would you do another gender reveal for like our next baby, or do you feel like it's kind of extra?
You talking about like where we find out with everybody else, or
just like in general? Like, is it gonna be kind of like, oh, at the NIPT we just look at the results and like?
No, I'm kind of cool with doing what we did with just us, honestly.
I feel like people,
but I guess we'll see. You can never know until we're in that space.
Yeah, I feel like the first child gets like all of the bells and whistles with like all the things because it's just
This is your
you're
first child.
new to it and everything. You're so excited. And then the second child is kind of like when I asked my mom, like, she's going to be so mad I said this, but like when I asked her, like, what time was I born? And like, how much did I weigh? She's like, ooh, child, I was just out of it with you. I don't even remember. Or she'll be like, I think you were born in the afternoon. And I was born at like 1:14 a.m. And I'm like, Mom, I was not born in the afternoon.
Oh,
but like, it's just funny because I feel like the second child kind of gets the.
I don't know. I think does my mom know my sister? Because I'm the oldest, so
I don't know.
I don't even know if my mom remembers mine. Does she?
Yeah, my mom knows everything about Corey. She's like, oh, she was 4 pounds, 7 ounces, 21 inches long, this, that, and the third. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know. We have to ask my mom to see if does she know.
No, it's funny though.
Mine, but yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no or yes. It's just we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like we'll always do it to some extent. It may not be. I don't even feel like the one we just did for our family was like a big shindig. It was just kind of like a backyard cookout or.
Yeah, I think so too. And for us, we're into creating the memories. It's not, and obviously we want things to be nice and we are very hospitable. But we also aren't into just going completely over the top for no reason. Yeah. You know, like for things like this, it's just like all of that just isn't necessary. It's just a freaking gender reveal.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it's not necessary, but I feel like if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. We just aren't necessarily into, I guess, the...
I won't say... Yes, I agree with that. However, I do think that a lot of things are just for... optics and like
nowadays
it's like you're not even doing it because you necessarily want to. You're doing it because like you want to create the content about the thing and like make it look a certain way for what you think everyone else is going to say about it. And for us, I'm just saying that it's more just about like having that time with our family and creating the memories and like we're not going out and buying all of these decorations for a gender reveal. We're just like keeping it simple.
Spending a bag on a gender reveal, I think is insane.
Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, even just going and spending so much on a baby shower or so much on a bridal shower or so much on like
any shower.
All of these things that just are honestly extra.
Yeah, any shower for real.
It just has become so trendy to just completely blow so much money.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Like people like everybody do what you gonna do. Like
I mean
whatever the case may be. We having a baby girl, that's the biggest news of all this.
I mean, I wasn't trying to like
I'm just
exaggerate it. I'm just saying
like because I don't want it to be like one of those things. I think focus on the fact that we do it because versus like not making it much of a comparison thing because I don't want to make no one like feel like am I thinking so biggest news is we're having a baby girl.
We're having a baby girl and we're really excited.
Like a few more months to go over the halfway point.
22 weeks. Well, when this comes out, I'll be 23 weeks.
Yeah, 23 weeks. Yeah, like it's crazy.
I know.
Like, wow.
Anyway.
This was great.
This was good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let us know if you have any girl name ideas. Everyone's also asking us about girl names.
Yeah. If you have a name, well.
I think it's good to like hear other people's ideas.
Or what do you think we'll name our child?
Well, we don't even know.
I guess that's the whole thing of like put the name suggestions out there or whatever.
Okay.
I guess.
Well, I think you should just leave your favorite girl names and then we'll look at them for inspiration.
What are your favorite girl names?
Yeah.
And we go from there.
Anyway, this was fun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Baby girl.
Yep, baby girl. All right, you guys. Well, go watch the vlog if you didn't already. If you didn't, pause and go watch it before.
All right, y'all. If you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Be easy.
Ooh, I'm hot.